Hello and welcome to the first of 3 evaluation races for PARL. Currently there isn't many drivers here, but I am still going to stream. I'm going to stream all 3. They're going to be, the first one is of course going to be now. Then there's going to be a second one on Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and then again on Friday at 6 o'clock. Today we're at Bahrain, and then on Wednesday we'll be going over to Spain, and then on Friday it's USA. Just getting the comms up on my phone so I can put them in the chat. Just 2 seconds, and we should be able to get going. Just waiting on one person, so if he's not here by 5 past, we are going to start. But yeah, just wait another 3 minutes. A few people are already readying up, but hopefully that doesn't start it. Because we are waiting on one person. So once we get to 5 past, we will start. I mean, I may as well take this time to talk a bit about the season. I'm going to be your full-time commentator for the season. I was originally going to race, but in the end I decided to do comms instead. So yeah, we do have a full grid ready, but these are just evaluation races for everyone else to see what everyone's pace is, as it is a new game. So if someone seems to deserve a seat a bit more than someone else, then someone who already has a seat may lose their seat. So okay, I'm gonna have to yeah, it's still 2 minutes. I already hope someone ready. If they don't, then we're gonna have to start. Few comments. Okay. Just another minute. Doesn't look like he's going to join, but we're gonna wait the minute, as I've put it in the chat that we're gonna wait until 5 past. So if he's not here by 5 past, then we're just gonna start. So just gonna actually my notifications so you don't get the black black thing popping up on the screen. Can be a bit annoying. Okay, there we go. Just turn off my notifications so you don't get the black thing in the top left of the screen. Nearly 5 past. Doesn't look like he's actually joining. Yeah, it's 5 past now, so everyone can go. at the start, to be honest, I wasn't actually thinking that we get even half a grid, so half a grid is not too bad. And a few people saying that they can't make it because they're eating or they have other leagues, so hopefully we get a few more for the other two. Yeah, should be. It's looking like a good race though. I mean, although there is only 10 people, there is quite a few fast people in, so who could be all be in contention for a win. G or G, someone who I'd say would go for the win. Lee, LRL Leroy could be going for the win. Flip flop as well. So should be close for the win, even though there isn't too many people here. So everyone's just going to be getting their setups, and then we should see people out on track. Lee just, I don't know if he lagged out or something, but he's gone, unfortunately. I can't invite him back. Wait, is my... Hang on. Someone's saying in the chat that... Hang on. Yeah, no, my voice is being shared, definitely, so, I don't have a co-comment. If you mean the co-commentator, Gravity, if you mean a co-commentator is here, there is none. I don't have a co-commentator. It's just solo comms today, so if you're wondering if there's another commentator here with me, it doesn't have a voice and shit, that's not the case. It's just me. So yeah, just get the comms up. Phone's actually quite low on battery and I actually can't charge it, so whoops. Okay. So yeah, Lee's not gonna come out, he's not actually there. I don't actually hear any sound for some reason. I don't know if you're getting this here as well. Yeah, there's no... I don't know why there's no sound, but I also don't really know how to fix that. I'm not... Hang on. Okay, so it looks like there's a glitch that is preventing me from hearing the sounds of the cars, and I don't know how to fix it. I genuinely don't know what's happening right now. But I don't have any sound. If anyone knows about the glitch or anything, is your mic audio... No, because I can hear some of, like, I can hear, like, background noise, but I just can't hear the cars, and I'm not sure how to fix it. Is there mic audio and chat audio? It's in all audio. I'm not sure. I can't hear it. It's weird. I don't I don't know. I hope it fixes for the race. If anyone knows about the glitch and can tell me how I could maybe fix it, that'd be great, because I don't know what happened. It's just not. Well, this is just a horrible glitch. I'm not sure how to fix it, so I guess I'm gonna have to commentate around it and hope it fixes itself for the race. So yeah, it's gonna be a weird commentary, not having any car sound, and it's probably gonna make the commentary a lot more boring, because you don't hear the thing that you really want to hear, but I don't know how to fix it at this moment in time. So yeah, we have Mago on pole. Honestly, I did not expect him to be up there. I'm not sure how good of a lap time that is, if people behind can improve, but at the moment he's looking pretty good. Yeah, flip-flop, I'm assuming that he's on his in-lap. I mean, it won't say that he's on his in-lap, but I'm assuming that he's on his in-lap. Looks as well, I think that he is also on his in-lap, so yeah, people have already set the first lap. Someone who's on an out-lap, so about to start his lap, is GRG. I do expect him to be right up there on the pace, so we'll see what he can do. Well, coming into the first corner, I can't hear when he brakes or anything, so I can't comment on it amazingly. It's just bad, but yeah, I literally can't really coming close to looks there. White Love Billy nearly hitting him, but just about got out of the way. It's just horrible. I don't know if anyone has heard of the glitch and knows that it can't be fixed or anything. Cause like you can see my audio settings is like, you can see clearly that the effects is on 10, like everything's full. But I can't hear the cars. Oh, this is just ridiculous, honestly. I've had a glitch before, but the way you'd fix it is you'd like just pause and then go back in. But it doesn't work. And GRG though, goes fastest. I'm not. That's not fastest, is it? No, he did a 28. Okay, so we went the second quicker than Mago. So that's a very good lap from him. Very good pole time. So he's just kind of I don't know how to put it into words, but he's clearly at this point the favourite for the win, and then if he's that quick, like a second quicker, then honestly I'd be looking at him for an easy win. Just converting a pole to a win is like, I don't know, that's a lot quicker and a lot bigger of a gap than I expected, because I expected people like Legende and Flip Flop to be right up there, but clearly GRG is just on another level. So yeah, he's looking very good for a win. Mago as well, he's done very well to put that time in, because I haven't seen pace of that level from him before, because like he's just never really, he hasn't been that far off the pace, but clearly he's improved a lot. I have noticed that he's been improving a lot, so clearly he's, I don't know, maybe putting some hours in or something, because that's a pretty competitive time. If I, what? Okay, that's weird. I won't let me go to, I mean, he's in the pit, but like there's other people in the pit and it lets me spectate them, so that's weird. Sweeney's on an outlap, 7 minutes left, so I think that he could get another lap in. Actually I should probably have the tires up, that would be clever. GRG and Mago on the soft tire. So actually I might have to take it back, because Flip Flop, he's just over a second off the pace, but he is on mediums, and the gap between the softs and the mediums, like the gap that he is to GRG and the gap that usually is between the softs and mediums, is usually around a second. I like to think around 9/10 is what I usually think the normal gap is, but it can be different, it can vary, of course. So yeah, from looks as well, he's just over a second away from pole, so if they were on softs, they could be right up there. And Sweeney's, though, he is quite far off the pace, so he's gonna have to improve. I can check his times to see if he is improving, and at this moment he has improved by roughly 2/10, I think that is. So he is improving for now. He's coming up to the second sector, so we'll see if he can improve again. And of course his first time was on the hards, actually, so and I realized that time is actually invalidated, so this time actually won't count. So this is in a way either an outlap, or he's going to box for a fresh set if he has a fresh set. I'm not sure. He can have, no, he can't, because you can only have one set of mediums. So, and he spun and he hits the wall, and he has gone straight into the board there for Rolex, just losing the back end. Turned in a little too much. It is an easy corner to lose the back end on, and he has became another victim to that corner. So yeah, unfortunate for him, but these things happen, so he's gonna have to probably pit, to be honest. I don't expect him to start the lap. Yeah, he's going to come into the pits and maybe get on a fresh set of softs, try and go for the pole. To be honest, at this point that's the only thing that he can do, I think. As we see GRG going out once again. I think that he's going out for another set of softs. That's what I expect, because he's already set his time on softs, so he's not going to beat it on a set of mediums. So yeah, there's actually quite a few people out on track. There's only the only people in the pit are Zach and, for some reason, GRG, even though I swear I just saw him go out. Oh, unless that was, yeah, no, that was actually Chaos. This is just not great. I just wished I had audio. to be honest, and I really hope it fixes. GOG is looking like he has this pole time. Looks, by the way, improves his time. He has retired now. Improves his time to go second quickest, and he's only 6/10 off pole on mediums, so very good time from him. Starting on the medium tire, front row of the grid at the moment. That could all change, because there are a few people who haven't actually, well, who could set a quicker time. So we'll see if that comes to be the case. Quite a few people out, actually loads of people out on mediums. Flip Flop and GRG aren't out yet. I expect them to come out at the very end. Mago is on his out lap, so he's going to be starting a lap in a few moments. Wild Billy is someone who is on a lap as GRG retires from the session, so he calls it a day. Along with Lux, so they have the front row of the grid for the moment, but could all change because Sweeney's as well as on his out lap, so he could, in theory, on equal tires to Lux, he could in theory improve and take that second place, because on equal expect that they could both set the same time, so he could go quicker. If he does or not, we'll see. I was just checking some things in the chat. Yeah, okay. Sweeney's on a lap now. Okay, I looked. Yeah, coming into sector 2, DC corner's quite tricky. If you turn in a little too much, you get up on that curb like Sweeney's just demonstrated, and just lose the back end and end up spinning. I've done it before. I mean, if that's just me, then I must be very bad, but I like to think that it is possible. So yeah, I'm just gonna check if he's actually improving on his time. I don't know why it's not, because it doesn't say he's on an out lap, does it? No, he should in theory be on a lap, but he's not. So I don't really understand that, unless the graphic is like lying to me or something. White Love Billy just braking for the line. Okay, he's retired. Legit is on a lap. He can improve. If he will improve, that's seen. A few more people retiring just because they can't. Well, I'm not sure if that actually helps keep your tires in check or not, because I've never retired like that before. I don't exactly know why, but I'd say it gives advantage. A few more comments coming through. Yeah, I did turn it on now. I didn't have it on before, but it's on now. So, actually, I should have had a few of these up. That's my bad, to be honest. He's gonna come across the line now. Will he improve? He does improve, and now I get sound. I'm going to have sound for the race. That is just brilliant. It waited till the end of quali to give me sound. Wow. That's just horrible. But Anyway, we have GRG on pole by 5/10 on the medium tyre in the end, even though he set his initial lap on the soft, so clearly he has a lot of pace to give, and he's showing it right now. Legende improves just at the end to take second. Lux gets demoted to third, just barely. They're very close between them two. Flip Flop is in fourth, and I took too long and didn't get to go through them. But yeah, have sound, which is great. Everyone will now just be getting their setups together. Well, they won't get the strategies together, rather, because the setups are in Park Ferme. They can't really change them much, so they'll be getting their strategies ready for the race. The one stop around here is possible. Quite a few people on mediums. If you're on softs, then I think that a one stop is possible, but it's very hard to do. From softs to mediums, they'll be pulling away for their formation lap now. Okay, there we go. Fix this. So GRG will lead them away from the start. If he doesn't get I mean, well, I'd be putting my money on him winning this race, to be honest. Seeing his pace in quali, going 5/10 quicker than anyone else. So actually, now my audio seems a bit too loud, so I'm actually gonna turn that down a tad. Yeah, it seems. I think that's better. If anyone has any problem if it's too quiet, just let me know and I can change it. That's fine. So yeah, everyone just preparing for the start, swarming up their tires. Sweeney's not a great qualifying from him, so I expect him to bounce back. He's on the medium tire, so he'll be able to do a one stop if he chooses, but he absolutely doesn't have to. He could pull off a two stop, because I think a two stop it works, but I think it's like a little bit slower. It would be a bold strategy to go on, because you're going to need to hope that you're not getting held up in traffic or anything. But here we go. For they're just gonna be lining up, and they've just hit into one of the boards. I hope that wasn't a brake marker board. I'm not sure. Yeah, Tack actually has joined. He wasn't in quali, but he did join. So we have a grid of 10 people. So that's no, we've 9. He's just in 10th for some reason. That's weird. And of course, once again, common theme with the F1 games, there's a bad camera angle. What's happening? Okay. And it's lights out, and away we go, and it seems that Legende has actually got a pretty good start, and he's actually side by side with GRG on the inside of turn 1. Can he make it? He's going to be on the outside for turn 2. He just about gets squeezed out by GRG, but he's going to get the slipstream straight away. GRG defends aggressively to the inside. He's going to be on the outside now, and they're still going side by side, and he has a look, but it looks like that GRG has got that place just about, and he retains his lead for the moment. Jeez, looks at getting very close to the back of Legende, and as I said at the start, I was expecting the fight for the lead to be close, and it is close. Flip-flop, well, actually, pretty much everyone's very close. Attack has actually got a pretty good start. He's started 9th. He's already up into 6th on a default strategy as well. So, and he's going down the inside of Sweeney's, or Sweeney's trying to overtake him. I think Sweeney's overtaking him, but he's on the outside and he's got that move done. So Sweeney's past his Tack, so he's down to 7th. But Tack could come back at him. He has a look down the inside, but just can't make the move stick. He's in the slipstream, and now Nexus Chaos could have a look at him. Could he? He's gonna defend to the inside. Chaos is on the outside. He laid on the brakes, but just a bit too late and couldn't get the car slowed down to get turned in. Going back to the fight for the lead. Doesn't look like anyone's making any moves at the moment. Yeah, no, but we're I can't actually see this, but now I can. Sweeney's is getting hounded by LRL Attack, who's on the outside, and he just about gets that move done. He's going to defend to the inside and then cut back to the racing line kind of aggressively. Sweeney's goes down the inside. He just can't make the move though, and he's going to have to stick behind. He's very, very close though. Could he go for a lunge into the hairpin just here? It is possible, but usually you break a part of your front wing, and he doesn't. He's smart about that, and he hangs back in 7th place. And the top 4 guys still very close to each other, very much going one by one. Flip Flop is having a look at Lux, but can't quite get the move done. He's maybe he's not close enough at the moment to make a move. Lux goes wide though, so he's gonna have a look down the inside now. He's gonna be in the slipstream. Could he go for a move into the final corner? He could do a lunge, but it would be very audacious, and he does hang back, so he's going to definitely have a run with DRS into turn 1, and there's also Mago behind these two as well, so if they fight enough, Mago could actually have a look as well. So there's quite a lot of fighting for a grid of only 9 people. Looks actually losing a bit of touch with the top 2. So Flip Flop seems to be getting held up. He's gonna go down the inside. Looks just about leaves enough space, and they're gonna go side by side now. Flip Flop's gonna be on the inside, and he gets the move done, and he's up into that podium position, but he's still very much in danger of losing that place straight away. And Mago has a look as well into the hairpin, but can't make anything of it at this moment. Going back to the fight for the lead, Legende and GRG pulling away, not fighting, but they're pulling away from the rest of the pack. Of course, Flip Flop has got past Lux, but they seem to actually, Lux and Flip Flop, to be pretty even on pace, because now that Flip Flop has got past, Lux is sticking right behind them and waiting for the DRS and a bit of slipstream to maybe have a move. And Mago as well in the back, you can't count him out, because he's right behind these two, and any mistake either of these guys make could give him a chance to gain some places. So now it's going to be Flip Flop. It's going to be Flip now. Flip Flop won't have DRS. Lux will have DRS. He's going to go down the inside for turn 1. Could he actually get the move done before turn 1? He does get it done, but Flip Flop could dive it. No, he doesn't. And Mago just, a little bit of a touch. Mago maybe being a bit too greedy, trying to gain a place, but Flip Flop just about hangs on and avoids a spin. It'd be a very unfortunate spin. We actually have fighting down at the back. No, we don't. Tack just seems like Tack could just spawn there. So yeah, unfortunate for him. So he's gonna have to try and come back in this race. Going back to the fight for the lead, GRG is keeping it from Legende. Legende is not backing down though. He's been minding them for a very, very long time. Hasn't actually been able to get a chance to make a move, although he does have DRS. Looking at the two, looks like GRG's doing better with his DRS management, so Legende will have to watch that, because if he loses too much ERS, he could be in danger of just falling back, and now he puts it up into mode 3, so he's doing a very good job of saving compared to Legende, who's using a lot, but he's like kind of looking at a move into turn 1 but can't quite make it. And in the background we have the two Ferraris once again going at it, trying to go for that last podium place, and Flip Flop is going to go down the inside to defend. He comes back and just like with looks right up the back of him, keeps that place. So Lux just didn't get enough slipstream there, and Mago as well, right on the back of him. So the fight for third is actually a very exciting one, because these three have been just going like in single file for ages, having many battles into turn 1, and yeah, I think into the last corner, I'm not sure, but yeah, the fight for third is not over by any means, and anything can happen as well. If they have a little touch, that one of them could spin and then they could end up losing a few places. So yeah, the fight for third isn't over. And also another fight that's not over is the fight for first. Once again, Legende is keeping within that margin in which he can get DRS. GRG just sets the fastest lap there. Legende is still right behind them, and looking back to the two Ferraris once again, Lux is going to try it on the outside of turn 1. He seems to get the grip on the outside. He's going to be on the inside now, and he doesn't quite get it, but he'll have some slipstream and DRS going into turn 4, but just not close enough. The fight for the lead, Legende is right behind him. He seems to have closed up quite a bit on this lap, so he might be able to have a go, maybe even here. He's only 5/10 back from GRG, so he could have a move, but now it looks like he's too far back, and he will not be able to make it on this occasion anyway. And the fight for third still on. Probably going to see some moves into turn 1. I mean, these Ferraris have been they've been swapping third place constantly this whole race, and Mago has not lost touch with him. He's still right there, so he could potentially get third as well, although he is Flip-flop pitting there? No, he's just kind of went to the right, maybe trying to fake him into pitting, but they're both on medium, so they can go much longer than this. I'd say they'd probably be pitting around lap 12 or 13, depending on how much they use their tyres in qualifying. So yeah, as wide load Billy gets a 3-second time penalty there. So yeah, Mago actually now is losing touch with the two Ferraris. He's still there, but he's fallen back a little bit. So he's gonna have some work to do to try and get back. Of course, he's on the soft tires, so he's going to have to pit earlier than the two in front of him. So his tires are probably going off at this point. Legende, I just caught it on the stream. He's spun. He's been in second this whole race, just waiting for a chance to take it from GRG, but he's spun around. He's broken a part of his front wing, and I would be expecting him to have to pit now after that. Very unfortunate. As I said in qualifying, that corner is a very easy corner to lose, and we saw Sweeney's lose it on that corner in qualifying, and now it's, yeah, he does pit now, so he's going to have to get a new front wing. So now it's put GRG in a very comfortable position. He's 7 seconds, nearly 8 seconds in the lead, and he has 2 people behind him, these 2 Ferraris, fighting for 3rd place. And as I say, the fighting for 3rd place looks very close to flip-flop once again, but once again not close enough to make a move, as there's a little bit of lag there. But yeah, not close enough at this point to make a move. And some people pitting. Sweeney's his pit, and of course, as we saw, Legende's pit, and he's going on to the hard tire. So maybe he thinks he can make that tire last, because if he was making a 2-stop, I'd expect him to go medium, medium, soft, or medium, soft, medium. But he's opted for the hard tire, so I expect that he's going to try and take those tires to the end. You'd have to have quite good tire wear, because it's quite a distance, 21 laps to take hards. I mean, I think it might be just about possible, but his tires are going to be absolutely dead at the end. Going back to this fight though, with 4 flip-flop and Lux going for 3rd place, they just can't really get enough of each other in this race, can they? This time though, Lux is close. He's gonna go around the outside for turn 1. Can he get it before the turn 1? Yes, he can, and that will give flip-flop some slipstream. But I think that Lux is gonna get the DRS. No, he doesn't actually. So he's gonna have DRS, slipstream. He's in medium in the ERS, and he's not quite close enough to make a move, but he's actually closes up a lot there, and Lux goes wide, but he keeps that position. So now the fight for P3 is now a fight for P2. So yeah, fighting a lot this whole race. Yeah, looking back to the rear of the grid, Legende is a little bit back from Sweeney's. Sweeney's is on the soft tire, so I'd expect him to start pulling away from Legende. I wouldn't expect Legende to close at this point until Sweeney's tires start going off. So gonna be a while yet. Yeah, the only actual battle that we have on track is for 2nd place, because Legende, of course, unfortunately spun when he was, of course, going for the lead. So now it's gonna be, the roles are flipped once again. Flip-flop is gonna have DRS. He's gonna have overtake mode in the ERS mode. He's gonna go on the outside for turn 1. DRS closes for the for turn 1, and he's just not close enough on this occasion, but he closes up a lot there. And he's going to have slipstream, he's going to have DRS, and I expect him to go down the inside for turn 4. Yeah, he's on the inside, so side by side they go. On the exit of the corner, it's still fully side by side, so it could be anyone, either one of these guys could get the 2nd place. Flip-flop on the outside, inside for the hairpin, and he just about gets that place. It's a great fighting from these two, very fair as well, to give each other the room. But once again, Lux is now behind. He'll have DRS, he'll have slipstream. He's not quite close enough on this occasion, but I expect on the start-finish straight for him to be looking at a move into turn 1, as we've seen many times before. I think that was a little bit of a slide from flip-flop there. So we're gonna go on board with Lux. He's a little bit back, he's 5/10, but on track it doesn't look like a great margin, but it looks like he's gonna be close enough with DRS, and flip-flop actually goes into the pit lane. Lux is gonna have to make an overcut work now. He's got the aid of DRS for the start finish straight, just to kind of help him on this lap. If it is his out lap to pit, well, it would be an in lap if he's pitting this lap. I would expect him to, or he could take his tires a bit longer and have fresher tires at the end. But with flip-flop pitting, he's going to be gaining all the time because he's been on those tires for 11 laps, and flip-flop has gone into a fresh set of hard tires. So he's going to be closing the gap, so he's going to need to pit soon. If not this lap, then it has to be the lap after. Otherwise, I think it would be a bit of a mistake. Going right up on the curb, getting the turn in that he needs to make this this lap as good as possible. So I expect him to pit this lap. I'm not sure if he is. If he does or not, we'll see. And we'll also see where he comes out in comparison to flip-flop. Of course, flip-flop is getting the undercut where you have the fresher tires, and you try and, yeah, he does go into the pits now, so it'll be the undercut or the overcut that works. Of course, they're in Ferrari, so double stacking was not an option, so he had to pit the next lap. So on go the hard tires, clean stop, doesn't get held up, of course, or anything like that. And there goes Attack, who hasn't actually pit yet, so I expect him to be pitting around now. But we're gonna go on board with flip-flop. We're gonna see Lux on the right, and he does get that place. He retains his third place, just about. And actually Mago as well. He's on the outside, and he's actually got Lux, so he's been jumped by 2 people. But he will have DRS though, and he could go down the inside. No, he can't. And there's actually Wide Though Billy's been spun. I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like it was on his own. And yeah, he's left the session. And so is Legende actually. Legende is retired as well, so he's probably has said, well, it's no point anymore. I'm not in the fight for the win. GRG is in the fight for the win, and he's way out in the front. He's about 10 seconds to flip-flop, who's the next car out on track. So once again, actually, we have these 3 cars really close together, going for 3rd place. Of course, Mago starting on the softs and being on the softs now, he will have to pit again, so expect him to be on the he'll be on the mediums for his final stint, I'd assume. He's been on those tires for 4 laps, well, 5 laps now, so they are going to be getting quite worn at this point. So he will have to pit again, because otherwise he will get disqualified. So good for flip-flop though. He's put a car in between him and Lux, and Mago right now is not close enough to make a move, and nor is Lux close enough to make a move on Mago at this point. So single file for now, but I expect that to be changing very soon, because we've seen these, well, I haven't actually seen Mago go for any moves that much, because he's just not been in the right position. He's been a little bit too far back to make a move, but he could make a move now because he's quite close. He'll have DRS for this back straight, so he's going to be able to close up a little bit, and with a bit of slipstream on, well, the second back straight. I'm not sure what else to call it. I probably has a name, but I don't actually know it. So this straight here is anyways what I'm talking about. He'll have slipstream to close up a little bit more, so that will help him on the start finish straight, as GRG sets the fastest lap once again. So he's just flying out in front, and Tack there's pits, so he's finally came in. And flip-flop seems like he's going to retain his second place for now if Mago isn't close enough. So once again he's going to have to stay behind. And once again Flip Flop is going to keep his second place, but Mago is in the slipstream. He could have a look, but he does have a look, but he doesn't actually make the move. And it looks actually now quite close to Mago. He's a little bit too far back for a move at this point, I think. And Sweeney's actually retires. I'm not sure if I can get... Okay, no I can't. I was trying to get to spectate him to see if he crashed or anything, but I can't see it, so... So yeah, there's only 5 people left, but of these 5 people, 3 of them are fighting for 2 podium positions. So to be honest, I expect the Ferraris to take the 2nd and 3rd, because Mago will have to stop again. I mean, he could come back, it is very possible, but he's going to be quite far back. He's going to be around where Tak is, and Tak might be able to hold him up as well, because he's only 20 seconds back. So I wouldn't be so certain. And well, looks actually having a look on Mago as we speak about his pit stops. He's on the inside, he's not quite able to make the move, but he's gonna have slipstream now. DRS activated. He's gonna be on the outside for turn 4. And it looks like he's gonna make the move. Mago's tires, of course, is gonna be going off at this point because he's been on them for 7 laps, and soft tires don't go too long. And it looks like they're still side by side into the hairpin. Looks could squeeze him out if he gets his line right. And yeah, he does get that up into 3rd. Now he can chase after Flip Flop once again. Of course, he has 1 lap fresher tires, so he could be going about a 10th quicker every lap, so he is going to be able to close up. Mago is actually closing up on looks still with slipstream and some DRS. So yeah, he's not out of the question, but he really... And look, spins! He's done what 2 people have done before him. Legende did it before in this race. He's done it and just becomes another victim. Like the people before him. Sweeney's in the qualifying and Legende in the race. He's another victim to that corner. So that corner is not being nice to anyone. It's not giving anyone any second chance or anything. So once again, someone falls victim to that right-hander who, well, if you get up on the curb too much and you feel your car starting to slide, it's basically game over. And that's basically what happened with Lux. He's not too far back. I'm not sure if he has damage. I can try and see from the replay cameras. Yeah, it doesn't look like he has any damage. So he could, in theory, close up. He is on fresher tires by 1 lap compared to Flip Flop, and that actually brings Mago into play as well, because Mago's 5 seconds ahead of Lux. He could pit for mediums, and that would put him about 15 seconds back. I'd say if he's going to pit for mediums, he'd have to pit around now, to be honest, to make the most out of them, because he's not gonna get any more performance out of those super softs. So I think he's gonna have to pit now and put on some fresh mediums and just go for it at the end to try and take that podium position. I'm not sure. I don't think that he'd be able to catch up Flip Flop because he's already 3 seconds back and you have to pit again. He doesn't pit right now though. He's been on those tires for 8 laps. I'd say that's a little bit too long to be on those tires. So he's going to have to pit now. Like, he must do, because he's gone soft, so he's going to have to pit again. The fact that he's gone soft, like, there's not enough durability in those tires either. So he's going to definitely have to pit again. Flip-flop. He's quite far back from GRG, so it would take a mistake from GRG for him to get first place. He's doing very well though at this point, and looks like the second is pretty much secure. The fight for third, I would say, is still on though, because Mago will pit. When he will pit, I don't know. He should pit in... sorry. Excuse me. In theory, the best strategy would be for him to pit now, go on a fresh set of mediums, and take them to the end of the race. But he hasn't pit yet. And all the while, Lux is going to be closing up on him, so like he must have... Yeah, he pits now. I'd say that pit stop was a little bit too late, but he's in now finally, so he's gonna put on a fresh set of mediums. If he doesn't, then I'd be surprised. We're gonna check. So the softs go off and the mediums go on. So he's gonna be going to the end on the tires. He's gonna be quite far up the road compared to Tack. Actually, no, he's not. Tack actually gets ahead of him. So he's gonna have to pass Tack and then catch up to Lux. And he is doing that right now. He's passing him pretty much straight away. He opens TRS, he gets up on the curb there. Gets pushed wide a little bit. And Tack goes wide a little bit. Now he's gonna have a look down the inside, but doesn't quite make the move. He's gonna need to make this move as soon as possible, because the longer he stays behind Tack, the longer he's held up, and the less chance he has of getting that final podium position. They're going side by side now into the tricky left-hander. Braking is very tricky. Oh, he spins. As I say, it's a tricky corner. He spins, and Tack also spins, and they're both off. Tack, of course, coming off worse compared to Mago. So Mago has made the move. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but he's made the move and he's up into fourth place, and now we can work on chasing after third place Lux. And actually Flip-flop is pit again. Flip-flop is in for another set of tires, medium tires. He's gonna be behind Lux now, so he's gonna have to put in some fast laps to catch up to him. He's 10 seconds back. Mago seems to be a little bit too far back, in my opinion, to get a podium position. So yeah, Flip-flop is gonna have some work to do. He didn't have to pit unless he spun, or maybe like went wide and tapped the wall and got front wing damage. I'm not sure. Like, I really don't think that stop was necessary, but in a way it's not. It kind of puts the pressure off him and puts pressure on Lux to keep that second place, because he's only 10 seconds up the road. There's 9 laps left now. Once they cross the line on this lap, there will be 9 laps left. So if he was catching by about a second per lap, he could put pressure on him in the final lap or second last lap. So maybe it was a clever stop to try and put some pressure on Lux. He had the gap that he could pit and potentially catch up, and oh no, it looks like he was pitting, but he doesn't. I don't think he should pit, because that would also put him under threat from Mago, who he would, I think if he pit now, he would come up behind. So yeah, GRG, by the way, he's just been dominant. He's led the race from start to finish. Nothing, like, flawless, really. He's not spun, he's not... just flawless. That's all I can say. He's just flawless. Flawless drive. And he is heading to a dominant win. Taking the pole and converting it to win in... whoops. Yeah. He's gonna convert a dominant pole, like getting pole by 5/10 to a dominant win. Getting to win by right now 30 seconds, and I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls that gap out even more. As we see Tack getting another penalty. Seems like Tack's just going for the fastest lap now, an extra point. I mean, he doesn't need an extra point, but maybe he just wants fastest lap because he can't really do anything else. Because he's just a bit too far away from Mago. Well, he was before he pit, so why not? I think it's just kind of why not just pit, put on a fresh set of soft tires and go for the fastest lap. A little update, 8 seconds now, the gap nearly, well, actually just jumps to 7.5, so 7.5 seconds is the gap between Flip Flop and Lux, and there is I think 7 laps left at the end of this one. Yeah, there is, at the end of this lap there is 7 laps left, so if he keeps this rate of catching Lux the same to like a second per lap, he could end up catching him at the very end. Now it's gone down to 6, so I think he will be catching him. So Lux is gonna have a defensive job to do at the very end of this race. He has second for now. He is in... It's not comfortable, I'll say that much, because he's on those hard tires. He's going to the end, but of course that mistake had cost him. Whoops. Yeah, that mistake that he did in the right-hander, taking a bit too much curb and spinning, it has cost him now, and he's under pressure by Flip Flop. And alternatively, if he didn't spin, then he would have been probably another 5 seconds odd up the road. So that mistake has cost him quite a lot, and the gap now 6 seconds, 7 seconds, well 7 laps, sorry, 7 laps left, the gap is 6 seconds, so I would expect Flip Flop that gap and have a look at getting at second place on those mediums, of course, a faster tire, fresher mediums as well. So we'll see about that. GRG just going a bit wide there. I just kind of caught it randomly. But yeah, I should probably, while there is no fight penalties, and at this point Lux as 3 warnings, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a penalty, but it doesn't say there's a penalty, so I'm gonna take that as he has no penalty. And actually Flip Flop has been flawless, and so has GRG. Mago actually has got quite a few warnings, so yeah, no, they're not. The rest aren't here. So Flip Flop and GRG haven't even got a single warning, so they're doing very well. So it just adds to the pressure that Lux has to keep the second place, because he also cannot track extend at all, because I'm pretty sure if he gets another track extend he'll get a penalty. So any little mistake will cost him that second place for sure. Okay, at this point the gap seems to be sticking around 6 seconds. I'm not sure why he's not actually still closing. He needs to be, because there's only 6 laps left, I think. At the end of this, there's 6 laps left for these guys. So he's going to have to pick up the pace. Actually, 5 laps. Yeah, that's it. At the end of this lap, there's 5 laps left for these guys, and the gap is around 6 seconds at the moment. So he's going to have to start maybe actually using a bit of VRS as well, because he's only in power 2, and he has a full battery more or less. So so does Lux as well. So he's going to need to pick up the pace if he wants to catch Lux, otherwise Lux will get a comfortable 2nd place, because at the moment it looks under threat. You can actually see him now coming into turn 1, but not close enough and not quick enough rate of catching him to be able to think about attacking him at the very end. Could all change. I mean, Lux's tires could fall off a little bit, and flip-flops being on mediums and actually attack with tires from the session. So that's unfortunate for him. I've seen a bit of tire smoke. Yeah, don't know. Probably tack, but just can't see his car anymore. So yeah, the gap now actually 3.8, and there's 4 laps left for these guys. So he is back on target if he kept catching him by a 2nd per lap. He's on target to catch him at the very end. If he does or not, of course we'll see, but it seems that he is actually picking up the pace now. Once again, his ERS, his battery is pretty much full and he's not really using it. We'll see on the straight if he actually... No, he just seems to be like keeping it on a higher, well, a lower mode to keep a more of a battery. So I'm not sure why he's not using it. Maybe he doesn't realize that he's not using it, but yeah, at this point he could be, but he's not. Going a bit wide there. Only 4 cars left, unfortunately. There is the prospect of flip-flop catching Lux. I'm not sure if Bahrain is actually due at the very end. It probably isn't, to be honest, because it doesn't look like it's going to come. Could come. I haven't been told, and I don't really want to be told either if the rain is coming. When you're watching the stream, please don't say if it's coming or not. Further surprise. But yeah, there's 4 laps left, including this one, and the gap is now 3 seconds, so he is actually closing quite a bit, and he could well catch him before the end and put that 2nd place that Lux has under pressure. Let's just check the penalties once again. No penalties for flip-flop. And once again, only 3 warnings, so it doesn't look like he has a penalty. I'm not sure if he actually does. I could actually check just here. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, he doesn't have any. He just has 3 warnings, and I'm not sure why that is, but now flip-flop is nearly within that, within a second, and there's 2 laps left. Well, actually, there's 3 because GOG's already crossed the line, and that's what it goes off. So, 3 laps left for these guys. It looks like Flip Flop is going to be able to catch him and take that second place away from him. If Lux didn't have that spin, he would have. And well, if Flip Flop still pit and Lux didn't have that spin, he would have had that second place, no problem. But he did have the spin, and it's hindering him now at the end of this race. Mago is quite far back now. He's made his last pit stop. As I said earlier, I didn't think that he was going to be able to catch up because he's a little bit far back, and this kind of proves it, that he is a little bit too far back to catch up. So he won't be getting a podium today, but who will be getting a podium is Flip Flop and Lux, but it just depends on what order they get a podium in and what podium spot they get to stand on, because it's definitely not over. I mean, the race win, actually GRG's pitting. He's pit for a first set of softs, so he's probably gonna go for the fastest lap. Why not? I mean, when you're that far out in front, why not just pit and try and get the fastest lap? Because he's not in under threat from anyone, so he may as well just go for the fastest lap. This is an out lap, so he can warm up his tires a bit. Now Flip Flop is right behind Lux. Could he make a move into turn 4? He's gonna have a look, but he's too far back at this point to make a move. He's gonna be right up the back of him. It's only a lap and a half left for these two. They're on the lead lap. They haven't been lapped yet. Well, they won't be lapped. So they will have a lap and a half of this. So really, Flip Flop has a lap and a half to take this second place, and Lux has a lap and a half to defend his second place, and he's gonna open up the DRS here. He's not gonna be able to make a move at this point. To be honest, Flip Flop has calculated this perfectly. Like, he's caught up exactly when he wanted to. I mean, he might have wanted to close up a tiny bit earlier, so he'd have more time to make this move, but he's here now, and there's gonna be one more lap to decide who gets this second place. Out of the final corner, a good exit will put him right on the back. It looks like Lux has actually got a better exit. He goes straight to the inside, looks to defend the place. He looks like he's just too far ahead, and he goes wide though, and he's gonna be under threat now. It's really the second last chance that he has to get past Flip Flop. And he could go for a lunge. He's looking at a lunge. He goes for a lunge. He goes side by side now. He's gonna want this second place, so they go side by side. Flip Flop is on the inside, Lux is on the outside, and it looks like Lux has just about got that place, but he's gonna get the switchback. And now Flip Flop's gonna go for a switchback now. And he actually does get that place just about. They're still side by side in the final lap. There's only about half a lap to go. Who's gonna get DRS? Is it gonna be Lux? It's gonna be Flip Flop. So Flip Flop is going to have a slight advantage. He's gonna be on the inside. He's gonna go for a lunge. He does go for a lunge. Is he gonna leave enough space? He does. They're still side by side, and it looks like Flip Flop, with about a quarter of the lap left, has just about got this move done. But it's not over yet, because Lux is right up the back of Flip Flop. Flip Flop is weaving a little bit, maybe showing off, just saying, look, you're not going to get past me. I've got this place, his second place is mine. And yeah, he's just about got that place. That is quite the ending. a great race between these two. They've been swapping positions constantly, and I think that the mistake that Lux did in this corner here, turn 1, losing the back end a little bit, I think that may have cost him second place. Of course, he did just sort of stay ahead, but it put him vulnerable to Flip-Flop, so it allowed Flip-Flop to be right on the back of him and get that move done. So Flip-Flop is going to be the one who takes second place, but the one who's going to take the win is in a dominant fashion is G. I mean, he did nothing wrong, he just led from start to finish. Legende was up there. We could have had a fight for the lead, but just came a victim to the turn, that right-hander. Just got up on the curb a little bit and misspun. So yeah, it's G that takes the win, followed by Flip-Flop and Lux. Lux actually had a penalty there, so even if he did finish ahead, Flip-Flop would have got it anyway, so he didn't have to pass him. I guess he just kind of wanted to for pride. So next up is Mago in 4th, last of the finishers. Then it's in the DNFs, it's Tack, Sweeney's, Wide Love Billy, Legende and Chaos. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing podium interviews for the evaluation races because, you know, they're just evaluation races to kind of get an idea of pace. So that has been the first evaluation race for PARL. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that I did because there's quite a lot of battling, especially between the two Ferraris. G. He was contested at the start by Legende, but of course Legende had that mistake, so he just took that win in a dominant form. Then Mago was a little bit behind. He was in contention for that 3rd place, but the strategies kind of screwed him over. So yeah, that has been it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope we see you for Wednesday at 6 o'clock for the second evaluation race. See you then.